Hi guys, welcome to the Nail Team YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and like and leave any comments below if you want to. Thanks very much, bye! Hey everyone, I'm going to be showing you a fairly basic design today, but I wanted to show you the mood changing acrylics from Glam and Glitz. So that's why I'm just going to do a basic reverse French but using the mood changing one. So starting off with my prep work, you can see I am making sure that there's no cuticle or skin left on that nail plate. Be very thorough with this, make sure that you do remove it all. It's very important. If you don't, your nails will lift. And then I'm using a 180 grit file just to remove that shine from that natural nail. You don't need to go any higher with your grit. 180 is definitely high enough for a natural nail. All you're doing is removing shine. You're not putting any extra pressure on, just being very gentle, and then obviously filing your free edge to make it an even shape. I'm actually going to be using tips in this video for a change. I'm going to be using the Pro Impression Stylist tips because they have a lovely spine down the middle, so it helps when you come to pinching to make sure that you get a really nice pinch, and they're a lovely shape, really nice. So just finishing off my prep work now, making sure that there's no bits of cuticle that are going to get in the way of me when I'm working. So just getting them off with my cuticle nippers and getting rid of any dust. I'm going to wipe this nail with my Nail Pure Plus to make sure that it's really nice and clean. There's no bacteria left on that nail. It's nice and clean before I put any product on. And then I'm going to be putting my stylist tip on. So make sure that when you size your tip up, you go from side to side. You don't just place it on and think, yes, that fits. Actually check it from sidewall to sidewall. NSI Polybond, just literally on the rim of that tip. It doesn't need to be a lot. Press down, get your middle attached, and then just press your side wings in. So middle attached first, and then side wings. Now you don't have to file these tips if you don't want to. Personally, I just like to thin them a little bit more so that I know when I come to do my pinching that I'm going to get a really good pinch. The more I thin the tip, the better the pinch is going to be. So I'm not as blending as such, I'm just thinning the tip a little bit, that's all. I'm doing this with a 150 grit file now because I'm not touching natural nail, I'm just touching the plastic tip, so I can go up to a 150 grit instead of a 180. So remember, natural nail 180, but as soon as you go onto your tip or acrylic or hard gel, you can go up to a 150. So once I'm happy that that whole tip has been nice and thinned enough for me, I can get rid of my dust, and then we can go on to prep work. So I'm using Nail Pure from Perfect Nails to make sure that my nail is dehydrated, and then my primer is also Perfect Nails. Just on that nail bed, no need to put your primer on your plastic tip. Okay, so I'm going to do a reverse smile line. I'm using NSI Rose Blush because I like the colour of this one. And I've applied at the cuticle and I've come forward. If you've seen my videos before, you'll see I do a reverse smile line in two ways. One is this way, and then the other is applying it in a reverse method so that the point of the brush is pointing down towards the tip and blending back. It's entirely up to you which one you prefer. I like them both, and to be honest with you, it just depends on my mood to which one I do. Make sure that those little corners there are really nice and sharp, so use that point of your brush to really get into those corners and make sure that they're nice and crisp. So that's NSI Rose Blush that I've used there. And then I like to put a bead of NSI Extreme Pink over the top. it makes your cover pinks pop and look really healthy. So you can see that's changed the colour slightly and just made that nail look really healthy. And that's what you would do to build your apex up as well. So you wouldn't build your apex up with your cover pink, you would build your apex up with your transparent pink. Once that's set, use your file using the straight side of your file to just neaten that smile line up, make sure it's nice and crisp so that when we put a colour up against it, you're going to get a nice crisp line. And then get rid of your dust. So the colour I'm using is Drama Queen. Again, it's pink and purple, as you guys know, that is my favourite. So it's an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous colour. You want to be pushing it right up to that wall that you've created with your cover pink and your transparent pink. But still clean it up, because if you don't clean it up, sometimes when you look from the side angle, even when you've capped it, it can look a bit messy. So once you've placed it on and you've pushed it up to that wall, just use the tip of your brush to clean it back up as well. I'm using this particular product as a design powder. I'm working quite thin and wet with it. You don't have to. You can use this product as a strength powder if you want to, but I personally am using it as a design powder, so I'm working quite thin and quite wet with it. I'm just building up a thin layer of the product because I am going to cap. I just like that glass finish that capping with clear gives you. Some people like that sort of solid finish that building with a strength powder gives you. So it's entirely up to you which way you do it. It's personal preference. Just make sure that you've got a good coverage on there, and then when you're happy you can cap with clear. I'm using NSI's Crystal Clear because it is definitely the most clear powder. So yeah, I'm using that. I'm capping with that. I don't really need to go on to my cover pink area because I've got enough product on there already. So I am only capping my free edge. Now, with these powders, because they change colour with temperature, what's going to happen is this nail is going to start to turn pink when it is starting to set, because the product has to warm when it's setting. So it's a great way of teaching you when pinching is the right time. You can just see now it's starting to go pink, so that's the perfect time to pinch it. That's the perfect setting time. So if you are struggling with your setting times on when you should be pinching, try with one of the mood powders because it teaches you the perfect time to pinch. Now obviously you can see that pinching tool's not touching the stiletto at the bottom, so don't be scared to come in with your fingers and just squeeze that together a little bit so that the pinch goes all the way down and it's not just at the sides. Once that nail's completely set, and obviously it's gone cold again because it's gone purple, you can file it. Again, 150 grit file now. I'm just filing my side walls and then I'll come on top. And obviously you can see the heat from filing again is changing the colour of the acrylic because you're going to get warmth as you file. So I'm just smoothing that whole nail with my 150, and then I can use my block buffer just to smooth it a little bit more. And then you can get rid of your dust. And I'm using Crystal Nails Optic Shine as my top coat, purely because it's got a tack-free surface, so I don't have to wipe this nail after. I can go straight on to putting my crystals on. And that's going to go into Lamp and Cure for 60 seconds. And obviously it's warm because it's been in the lamp, so it's bright pink now. NSI Polybond for your crystals, tiny, tiny amounts. The key to putting your crystals on and them not moving is tiny, tiny amounts of NSI Polybond. The tool I'm using is my Crystal Katana. This one I've had for a couple of years now, so I am probably ready for a new one or a new tip to go in there. But as you can see, it picks up the crystals nice and easily anyway. And these are the Valentine's crystals that are available and as a wheel of 200 different crystals. Different sizes, different colours. Just nice for Valentine's really. So again, only using NSI Polybond, no need to use anything else. It's a very strong adhesion as long as you use a tiny amount. If you use too much, they will slide around. Then I'm using a tack-free hard gel to go around certain areas because I'm going to put a little bit of Crystal Pixie on. Using a barber brush. I'm popping my Crystal Pixie tray underneath, and this one's Cute Mood. So I'm just sprinkling it on top of where I've applied that hard gel, and make sure it's all nice and tucked in. Obviously if you've not got nails, use a tool. And that's nails done now, so I'm just applying my cuticle oil. And you can obviously see I've done some other nails and I've done videos for them as well, so if you want to watch the other videos you can. But I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm going to show you what it's like when it goes from cold to warm, just so that you've seen. But yeah, nice set of girly pinky purple nails. So obviously they're cold at the minute, but if you pop them into warm water, or your client just gets warm in general, they will change colour to a beautiful bright pink. And we've got lots of different colours that do this, so have a look on the website and see which colour you fancy trying. Hope you've enjoyed that, guys. Thanks for watching.